Prophet ﷺ, he said to us in hadith, which is terrifying, and it's not to demotivate us, but it's to motivate us to do better. He said, رُبَّ قَارِئٍ الْقُرْآنِ وَالْقُرْآنُ يَلْعَنُهُ. That perhaps an individual will recite the Qur'an. He is a person who has perhaps a relationship with the Qur'an where he's constantly memorizing it, or he's reciting it, or he has memorized it, he's constantly reviewing it, but the Qur'an is cursing him. Yani, what does that mean? The Qur'an tells him, do this, he doesn't do it. It tells him, do not do this, he does it. So his whole life is just reciting words without actually applying it and neglecting the whole objective of why the Qur'an is revealed. And that's extremely dangerous, because the Qur'an is guidance. It's there to guide us, it's there to make us better people. The Qur'an is meant to be seen in my character, it's meant to be seen in my conduct, it's meant to be seen in the way I conduct myself and behave with the people. It's meant to be seen in every aspect of my life. Therefore, as I memorize the Qur'an, my life must become more Qur'anic central. As I'm learning the Qur'an, and the Qur'an should be a center of my life, that everything I do is based on, okay, what does the Qur'an say about this? Because I'm learning the Qur'an, I must ask myself, what does Allah say about this? Because Allah Azza wa Jalla says to us in the Qur'an, يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا لَا تُقَدِّمُوا بَيْنَ يَدَيِ اللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ إِنَّ اللَّهَ سَمِيعٌ عَلِيمٌ. O you who believe, do not precede Allah and the Messenger alayhi salatu. What does it mean precede? Yani with any statement or action. Yani before you do anything, before you decide to do anything, before you take any step, ask yourself, what does Allah say about this? What does the Messenger alayhi salatu say about this? Once I know what Allah says about this and what the Prophet says about this, then I take the step that's necessary based on what Allah said and the Prophet said, because I'm a slave of Allah. A slave has no decision that he can make without knowing what his master has to say about it. So I must have that mindset, and the Qur'an teaches you more of that. So that is the objective why we should be learning the Qur'an. That should be always on our minds, that my objective, my goal is to become a person who understands the Qur'an, who lives by the Qur'an, who learns the tafsir of the Qur'an. These sciences are essential. So I shouldn't just leave it at learning how to recite the Qur'an, learning the qira'at of the Qur'an, because all of these are there to serve understanding the Qur'an. Even the qira'at are great miracle of the Qur'an. And I always tell people that the qira'at, يعني it shows that this Qur'an, when Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala says أَفَلَا يَتَدَبَّرُونَ الْقُرْآنَ, do they not reflect upon the Qur'an? وَلَوْ كَانَ مِنْ عِنْدِ غَيْرِ اللَّهِ لَوَجَدُوا فِيهِ اخْتِلَافًا كَثِيرًا. That if he was from other than Allah, they would have found many contradictions in the Qur'an. Okay, the qira'at, you're reciting the Qur'an in different modes. Yani certain pronunciation, certain words may change.